Hello and welcome to the Pens and Pixels Huntercast. I'm your host Cal G, and to my left is the coordinator extraordinaire,
Mike Kent.
The Huntercast is where we break down chapter by chapter what's going on in the Hunter X Hunter Manga.
That's right, we go over all of our favorite stuff from each chapter of our favorite manga?
It's my favorite manga. It's the only one I'm reading, so...
Yeah, I mean I read the My Hero Academia stuff, but this is still my favorite.
Actually,
by far, like just reading-wise, it's definitely my most enjoyed, no matter what, across everything I've ever read.
I'm following it because I just love Hunter so much, and once the anime ended, which is what I got into it with, is that I just wanted to keep knowing what the story was, knowing it was going to continue going. And actually, we have a little Hunter news up at the top. Two small stories I just want to touch on. Number one is Yoshiro Togashi, Hunter x Hunter's author. He's writing a 2-chapter manga soon. Yoshiro Togashi and Hachi Mizuno are creating a short 2-chapter manga titled Akuten Wars, called Bad Weather Wars, in the Grand Jump Premium Magazine September issue and on August 23rd, and as well in the October issue. Togashi is credited with the original story, and Mizuno is credited with the art. Your reaction was, you're like, no. He's don't
get distracted.
Don't get distracted. And my reaction was like, if he's feeling well enough to do extra work on top of releasing these chapters, I think that's a great sign.
Yeah, no, when you said that, I was like, you know what, maybe you're right. It's just at the same time, whenever you see any creator get distracted into a new property, because, like, I know myself, but when I'm drawing, and I have a drawing and I'm working on it, I'm halfway done, I'm really liking it, but then the next drawing's better, that drawing's fucked.
Yeah, you're right, that's never seen the light of day.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of like, fuck, I really hope he doesn't get distracted, and suddenly we start seeing another 4 to 5 month gap between getting chapters.
And now he's doing Akuten Wars all of a sudden? Yeah, who fucking knows?
Yeah.
But if you're a fan of him, like, probably go check that out. I'll probably be reading when it comes out, just to see what else he has going on.
See, because, like, he draws and writes Hunter.
Yeah. And this one he's just writing.
He's just writing. So I wonder if just his writing is where the powers are for it. Maybe because, like, you know, it's a mix. Sometimes like character art is where you fall in love with a character and how they look, and then they fall in. But really, if you think about it, Hunter's designs aren't really extraordinary. Character-wise, they just wear clothes and have spiky hair.
I like Hisoka.
But even then, he's basic in comparison to, like, anime characters, right?
I guess you're right. In comparison to a lot of anime characters, Miriam's just Cell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still like a lot of the designs in there.
I like a lot of them. They're clearly inspired from different sources. I mean, hell, all of the fucking guards on the fucking boat right now are rips off some anime. Because, like, we keep going, like, doesn't that look like someone from
somewhere else? A ton of them look familiar.
Yeah.
And the second is, I saw a post in the Facebook group I was in that a bunch of people are starting a petition to get the Hunter x Hunter anime started back up again.
Don't.
Because there's enough chapters, they should just start animating it again. Okay, I don't think they're just going to randomly pick up, like, 3 years later when they have, like, 16 more chapters. Yeah. What is that, like 4 episodes?
I don't think they only have 16 more chapters.
I don't know how many more there are.
I think there's more than that. But nevertheless, the story arc itself has just been almost nothing but conversation for however many chapters since the end.
We would have get Hisoka versus Chrollo as, like, the coolest thing.
Yeah.
And then it would just stop now in the middle of the boat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't see how where their mind... When this arc finishes, you might be able to make a case. Even then, I couldn't see it happening. Well,
I could see a case for when this arc ends, and you could probably make it into like a 32 to 40 something episode arc.
Have they? You know better than me probably. Has that ever happened before? Where, like I know with Full Metal Alchemist, they animated it, and then the manga wasn't done, right? So they just made up their own ending, and then they did Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which was like. Faithful adaptation, right?
They already did it with Hunter with the first round, right? Because Hunter itself with the original animation team, which I fucking love that animation team, ended right before the Greed Island arc. Yeah. And then Greed Island was like an OVA, which ended up spanning however fucking, I think it was like 40 episodes for Greed Island. Oh, shit. And then they did the OVA Hunter by Hunter York Shin arc, right? And then they did, they ended that. So they did the Yorkshire one, then they did the Greed Island one. Yeah. Because like the series had ended, and again was almost.
It was on hiatus or something, right?
It was almost up to date again at that point, and then they did the Yorkshire auction spider stuff OVA arc, which was again about 30 episodes, and then another break, and then the Greed Island stuff happened, and they released that. But they decided they couldn't keep doing that, right? Mm-hmm. Because also the animation quality kept fluctuating, and Greed Island was horribly animated. But it's happened before.
And then they waited so many years, and they just did a new series. Yeah. And then they kind of finished it off with the end of the Ant arc, and I guess it's the election arc, actually. Mm-hmm. But, like, you know, when this arc finishes, is there a chance where they just randomly pick up where it left off, or do you think we're gonna wait like 5 years and it's gonna be like, here's another Hunter x Hunter anime and it starts at the beginning again.
They're gonna pick up. There's no way.
Oh, you think they would pick up?
Yeah. How many fucking episodes was that at the end of the day? It was like 100 something, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Like no, they'll pick up. There's no way they're paying people to reanimate all that shit again.
No, interesting. Okay. Yeah. I just figure. I honestly, I see like there not being a Hunter x Hunter for a long time, and then like 10 years from now, they're like,
I see them doing
a whole new series.
I see them doing season.
Yeah.
Like per arc. Yeah.
That'd be cool. I mean, I would personally prefer that because we could see it sooner.
Considering how much information has actually happened currently, I can totally see 30 some odd episode arcs happening from currently what's happened, right? Because like from the moment the election ends, there's all the introducing the princes, the boat, and the island, right? Not the island, but the fucking Dark Continent, right?
Yeah.
And then after all of that, then you start going back and you have the whole Hisoka spiders thing. Then you have getting back into Kurapika's world. Then introducing all of the princes and getting through all the princes on the boat, introducing the prince fort fight, and then now what's happening with the Nen beasts, finally. Like, that's a lot of information that they can cover, and considering that I've seen them stretch one whole chapter out into an episode before, you know, like, they could easily create just a 142 episode arc for the prince and the whole boat arc.
I hate when one chapter is spread out through a whole episode.
I fucking hate it.
That's why Dragon Ball Z was so long, because they were just like,
Yeah.
That's why he was charging up for, 5 hours or whatever the fuck.
For this chapter, he made a spirit bomb. That's an episode.
Yeah, like, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be going over chapters 367 and 368.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing this bi-weekly, every 2 weeks. I feel like, talking about one chapter at a time is very, like...
Especially if it's just a talk chapter where they're just, like, talking of the thing they're going to talk about.
Yeah, we're talking about a meeting that we're going to have. We're going to talk more about the thing, and then we got to come back and talk about what we talked about at the meeting.
And then we're going to talk about it.
Okay, so let's start with 367.
Yeah. So this is moving on to... them like making the whole arrangement with all of the other guards to kind of create the relationship that Kurapika's planned out to make like kind of smooth things out between them so they can kind of make an agreement so they no longer have to constantly panic. At the same time, Kurapika's of course obviously hunting the entire time desperately for a fucking cockroach.
Yeah, a bug or something.
A bug of some kind to use for the queen to use the stealth dolphin on.
Yeah.
And during that whole discussion, he breaks down, like, basically that he can teach Nen to them, and that...
it's going to take 2 weeks.
2 weeks, which is fast, which I guess he means he's either going to do it under a condition, or he's probably going to do it with, like, the forced opening of the Nen chakra points. I'm not sure which method he's going to use to make it go faster. Said. Because Kurapika learned it more speedily because he did the condition thing to himself.
Yeah.
But then Gon and Killua learned it more speedily, and I do in quotations in the air, because they didn't have to do the whole learning how to open their Nen pores or whatever the fuck they called it.
They put their hand over a leaf.
Yep. Well, no, he opened them up in the back, remember? And then it started coming out of them like steam, and they had to learn to keep it in.
He put his hand over a leaf, and he got to punch real good, is what happened.
That's pretty much it.
God, just reduce this series to nothing.
That's the thing with most anime. It's always the main character's power is always just punch good. Like, God, give it. I like main characters with original powers.
I like main characters that punch good. No, it's what I've had my whole life, and I'm very comfortable with it.
Yes, I enjoy it a lot. I like to be made to know that.
Go listen to this week's podcast where you can hear me talk about and review Gohan punching really good in Dragon Ball Super.
He just punched more.
So they have this funny scene of they're trying to say that Bill's the other bodyguard that Kurapika's been with most of this arc.
Yeah.
They're trying to say he has the Nen power. We're going to control this cockroach. He's actually really smart about it because like they all realize they're being really suspicious about this fucking bug.
Well, I love that though in Hunter when the whole thing is like revealing keeping the secret of your Nen is a huge weapon.
Yeah.
Because knowing what it does means you can figure out a plan to counteract it. Because every fighter in Hunter is intelligent. At the end of the day, like they're strategically planning out every move, right? That's all of the thing about Togashi's writing is like these battles that involve superpowers and punching good. It's also very about clever usage of it because, coming down to some powers of some people, like even Hisoka, thinking about a rubber bungee gum Nen doesn't sound all that powerful, but watching Hisoka use it is like
it's like
insane.
This is so versatile.
Yeah.
Like it's
and it's all about your creativity and imagination. So hiding your abilities is really, really important. So
when you first revealed the whole bungee gum thing, I was like, oh man,
that was the whole thing this whole time. That's the secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck, this sucks. And then he's just like fucking kicking ass.
I'm like, I wouldn't give you anything else.
Yeah, that's the power you're supposed to always have. So he wants to keep Bill's Nen, which I don't even think we know, a secret. So he makes Bill pretend.
No, he doesn't want to keep Bill's a secret. He wants to keep the Queen's a secret, right? Because she has the stealth dolphin.
It's a double in that sense, though, right? Like, so now the Queen doesn't have to reveal that she has a Nen power that's been given to her, and also Bill doesn't have to reveal what his actual Nen is.
Oh yeah, yes.
So it's like a double one, and they use it and put on a big show, and they capture.
He's got some good lines. He's like, by the power of Nen, I command thee. And he's like, he's putting on quite a spectacle. He's putting on
quite the spectacle. Yeah, he was like, "Go, Aura!"
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And then they do a demonstration, really trying to like drive home that like this is my power, I control bugs.
Yeah.
And then it does a fucking loop-de-loop and shit.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Then they go make the Queen lie down so she can go use this fucking cockroach.
Cockroach.
To go spy on the other princes and see what the fuck's up.
Yeah. But there's this other guard that's being quite the like fucking thing in the way. I can't pronounce his name, but
he was the guy outside the door.
Yeah.
That was waiting there for
and he's like probing this whole room with N the entire time.
Yeah, so he knows that they did something suspicious with Cockroach, and now it's like leaving the room and shit.
Yeah. And it goes along and it spies, and it goes into the little prince's room, where his Nen beast is a giant snake chimera
dragon
boar.
Yeah, it's the one we saw that Bisky and Hanzo were with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Yeah. In the last chapter, yes. Then 360.
Well, it's the one they walked into. It's not the prince they're guarding.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But we saw them with him in that chapter, so 368. She's just fucking taking mad notes. She's like, it's a dinosaur monster.
I like that I love that in the writing. I wonder if it's a translator or if that's Togashi's writing, where literally the lady's just like, I have no fucking words for this thing. It's a dinosaur. Like, that didn't say dinosaur to me at all, but she's just like, big fucking thing.
Yeah, reptile. Have you seen Jurassic Park? She's like, there's a total 18 bodyguards and pro hunters in the room and 6 servants. She's like, trying to take notes. The whole plan is just to like, let's map this fucking bitch out. Like,
let's get everyone's power and plan and everything like that.
Oh, and this is interesting. Kirpika mentions that it took her about an hour, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But
I was just gonna say, like, why the fuck is she so slow with this thing? I know it's a bug, but they're fast little bugs.
I know, yeah.
And you just need to look at the room once.
I know, like, I feel like we would be way better at this than this Queen.
Oh yeah.
We would be like sketch, there you go.
I would just have to put the thing in, not even leave the fucking vent. Look in the room and go, point form. 6 guards, 1 pro hunter. Boar, dragon, beast monster.
Mapping out the room wouldn't even be that hard. You draw a box and you're like, you do like a little face with teeth on it. You're like, dinosaur here. It's easy.
It would be like 5 minutes and I'd have that room sketched out.
How did it take an hour? Anyways, it took her about an hour and my eyes have already been scarlet for 3 hours as it is. At this point, the physical strain is more of a problem than shortening my lifespan.
Yeah. So he's approaching quite the amount of time off of his life. We did math last time. Listen to that. Yeah, we did
math. So then scurries into the next room after being done this other prince's room in an hour and sees someone choking. What was her name? Momose?
Momose, yeah.
Momose?
Yeah. Which I think is one of the twins, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, because it's a thin girl. I think it's one of the twins.
It totally could be. They didn't show her face, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Queen freaks the fuck out. She's like, Momose is being killed. We gotta go over there. And Kirby's like, listen, bitch, like, do not let this. You need to keep up this front. And the Queen is just totally like,
I don't care about fucking plans.
Yeah, nay, this is no time for petty strategies.
Yeah.
If you won't help, then I'll go myself. And then they're like, he relents, and Kirby's like, okay.
Yeah, we gotta go check it out. And they find, of course, that she's dead.
And dead, body bag, getting dragged out already.
Yeah.
Queen's in hysterics over it.
And this is the first moment too, actually, with the Queen that I actually care. Like, she's had no reaction. She's been sitting there like a little frightened, like puppy dog the whole time.
She's just been like vaguely worried the entire time.
Yeah, like just constantly in a state of fear. And
yeah.
Now finally, like, she's executing some sort of personality.
Yeah, it's nice to show that she has like a little resilience. Like she was like, "Fuck this! Like I need to go."
Yeah, like I'm a good person. Go help them.
Yeah, like that was interesting. I really like that.
So the princess or prince was strangled to death by someone who never entered the room and never left the room. Like it just like they say, there's no evidence of anyone ever going in or getting out, which says it's probably a Nen clone.
A Nen power of some sort.
Some kind.
Hanzo hypothesized a clone.
Yeah.
We're not there yet though. I thought this was a neat little conversation too about them asking like why didn't the Nen Beast protect her?
Yeah, and I like this. I always, again, like with Togashi's writing, is there's always checks and balances for every power. Like in Dragon Ball, they're just like, if I squeeze harder, it'll just happen.
If I yell.
Yeah, like if I grimace enough or whatever it might be, and then there's no real benefit. And then sometimes even in Dragon Ball, it'll be like, it tires me out, but all it does is make them sweat slightly. But in this, like every time, so even these Nen parasite beasts, which seem like such a, like, why doesn't everyone just go get one? You know, like every single Nen user out there should have a parasite beast and their own Nen. They have 2 powers now, one that's automatic they don't have to think about, and one, like, you know, but because every time they've ever been activated, and he says in this, like, she was sleeping and trying to regain her energy because it sucks so much life out of you.
Yeah, and especially for someone who's not trained in Nen, that must feel very draining all the time, right?
So they're going to pass out, and, you know.
And that's when they chose to mobilize, yeah.
So there's openings now.
Yeah,
they're like every prince has an opening.
Yeah. It's a really neat little tidbit. So then Queen is in fucking hysterics still. Like, just doesn't want to fucking any part of this.
But this was a really touching moment because, like, the other guard,
Bazazviga,
asks why this is even bothering her so much and how detrimental and disadvantageous it was for her to reveal all of the information she basically just gave away.
Yeah, like, this could only have been detrimental to you. Why did you do it?
Yeah. But then, like, her actual thing come back is, like, she's a mother, for God's sakes, and she's like, someone else's daughter was just killed, and, like, I have nothing to say to you. I understand it all too well. And it actually, like, moved him to, like, be like, okay, this bitch is a good bitch.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
He's like, okay, we out.
We out. Like, I'll just like
snaps his finger and his entourage walks out, and he's like, all right, we'll leave the Guardian to Kurapika.
Yeah.
And he drops his end. Like, he's just like...
Yeah, he drops everything. Like, no fucking, like, I'm going to keep probing the room. He's like, peace out.
Yeah, and then the Queen picks up the book back up and continues spying with Cockroach and says, I'm doing this for Wobble. It's not like I'm worried about you.
I think that line, though, represents more of her just trying to represent her resilience. Like, she's like, don't try and coddle me here. I'm not as weak as you think. I'm not, like, sitting around being this overly compassionate
Because,
woman.
there was a little thought thing about Kurapika, and he was like, I shouldn't ask her to do it in this state, but I really fucking need her to. And then she does it, you know. She understands this is important.
Yeah. So Kurapika keeps working out his plan. We don't know what this is yet, but, like, there's a bunch of issues with him bringing up this 2-week thing and trying to train them, but apparently he has a backup for it. He starts trying to work out this plan, but then during the middle of that, he's suddenly like, damn it, this pain is deafening. Bill's voice is just like background noise.
And he just fucking passes out. Also, this page is not particularly well drawn.
No, especially for his falling, it's just scratches like he super speed fell to the floor. That was
and there's some good pages in here too, like the cockroach going through the vent, like really well done, really nice. And then this page is like,
and this is back to his old drawing, like just a pair of eyes, which he's drawn a gajillion times, which is literally, I do those rough sketches in sketchbooks when I'm bored waiting for a phone call, and then no more backgrounds all of a sudden, and he's just looking perplexed and really surprised as this super speed thing happens. Like, Kurapika hit the ground at Mach 10.
He just got tired of this chapter at this point. He's like, fuck, it's pivotal? Oh, it is. Moving on. Like, fuck it.
I want to, like, have him, like, super speed his face into the ground purposely, like he slipped really hard and hit.
And then all of a sudden there's, like, a nicely drawn Hanzo. Yeah. So we go back to Hanzo, and Hanzo is postulating that, it's he's a ninja, he uses clones. This other guy who choked out this the dead prince now is like, that's gotta be a clone, you know?
Yeah. I think Hanzo's a conjurer.
You think so?
Yeah, because, like, if you're gonna go with ninja powers, right? Every single ninja power you can think of, you, like, rip them from Naruto or any sort of classic ninja anime. It's always like, like, replace yourself with wood, or I can throw 1,000 ninja knives, or I can make a clone, or it's always about, like, conjuring these kind of things.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think his power is literally to, like, kind of conjure shit from a void, so he can pull out all his weapons and tools and ninja powers.
I can see, that's actually really cool. Yeah, because we don't know what his is.
No.
It's nice seeing him again.
It is. I always loved Hanzo as a character, and then he disappeared for, like, literally the entire thing. He was, like,
a fucking total badass in, like, the first arc, and then it's just like, you'll never see me again.
No, well, instead we're going to focus on Rainbow Arrow Guy and turn him into an ant. Like...
Yeah. So Hanzo's super pissed about this whole fucking thing.
And he's he's gonna do something about it.
Bisky is holding back her words a little bit. She's like, I don't want to fucking anger this man anymore.
I know what's gonna happen here.
He cray. Don't need this in my life. That's fine. Just get some rest. Then we flip back to the serial killer.
So like you're a prince.
And he's just like, he's sitting there.
He's just already gotten to Gyo. It's like been 3 hours.
Half a day. It's been half a day.
It's been half a day.
And he's already, using Gyo.
Yeah.
And then he's already gotten the offer from Kurapika, who's offering to teach Nen to all the princes and shit.
Yeah. And the promise of doing it in 2 weeks.
And this woman, his bodyguard, has told him, like,
6 months.
You need a half year to get the basics and fundamentals of Nen. And then Kurapika comes just phoning in. He's like,
2 weeks.
Sup, dude? 2 weeks? Does that sound good to you? Okay.
Like the fucking chick from Total Recall. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And then the serial killer, I feel like in anime form, this would be really great with his like glances and stuff over to the side. I feel like that would be like really intimidating.
Yeah,
it's very well drawn and nice.
I mean, it's kind of a scary character actually. They've done a good job of building him up as being particularly frightening.
Yeah, just these little moments of like,
just like weird odd reveals. They build him up as a really good serial killer, and then he's pissed off that she might be lying or bluffing. Now this woman is keeping up her fucking honest face. She's like not flinching, and she's like, "Nope, I'm being honest. Nope, I'm being honest." And he's still thinking he's lying. Like, if this woman was answering me like this, like, and even if I was like a hunter and I knew how to read a person down to shit, like, I'd be like, okay, obviously you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
He's just not wanting to know it's the truth. He's like, no, I want to kill this bitch.
Yeah, and we got his creepy ass parasite beast staring at her. As he's like, it's a lying bitch. Can I trust you? And he's like, yes, of course. Yeah. And that's the end. I don't know
the little dot. Like, does that mean like it ate her? Like the weird blood splatter at the end of the last panel.
One wrong step means death. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be necessarily in this scene, or maybe that thing's face is dripping down on the floor, and it's just supposed to be like a...
I think if it would have done anything...
Maybe Kurapika knocked himself out, bleed a bloody nose or something. Like, that could be anything. And the teaser for it says, next chapter, what are all the motives for learning Nen, and what will become of the collapsed Kurapika? What indeed? Do you think Kurapika's, like... Do you think he's going to be, like, just drained now for a couple chapters, and it's gonna be like,
so he's gonna be
Bill's
drained.
Fucking everything up. He's like, shit, what would Kurapika do?
He's definitely gonna be drained and is gonna fall to other people. I think we're gonna see Hanzo and Bisuke take over the reins of the story for a bit.
That'd be cool.
I think Bisuke might actually go in and try and heal Kurapika for a while and take her out of the picture, and it just being Bill and Hanzo.
Does Bisuke know Kurapika?
Yeah.
Have they met? When did they meet?
Well,
Kurapika wasn't in Green Island, was he?
No, but they've talked to each other in this arc about knowing each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just don't remember.
And they're all hunters, so they're all working together to try and manage this whole prince situation and shit.
I just wondered, if she was like as close to Kurapika as she was to Gon and kill him.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think she might like go off and heal him or something because she's got the healing nurse or whatever. And I think Hanzo's definitely going to be the focus of it for the next little while. He's going to take charge of it, and
it'd be cool to see him, some more of him.
Bill. I think one thing might happen is like we're going to see less of the queen. Like I think she's just going to be out writing shit down.
Yeah.
And there's going to be like this whole like.
I feel like
Bisuke is going to be monitoring them and being like, "Bitch, write faster."
Kurapika's knocked out. Yeah. So we're not going to see him for a little bit.
And Bisuke's going to be watching and guarding the whole time because Bisuke doesn't really get into the fighting, even though she could. She's always like off in the back providing support. And I think it's going to be Bill and Hanzo, or even Bill left behind and just following Hanzo around.
Do we see Krollo anytime soon?
I think it's in that part that we're going to start to see.
We're ramping up. Like, action is starting to happen. Like, things are slowly starting... It's culminating now. We're starting to... I don't think we're anywhere near the climax of this arc.
No.
At all, but it's, rising action. We're there, and, like, it's... I really enjoyed these 2 chapters.
I really did, too. So do you think that we're going to slowly go through each prince, or in Togashi style, periodically at some point, there's just going to be a large climactic thing, and we'll lose, like, 8 of them in one shot?
I think that, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to actually have to watch each and every one of them go through.
No. Like, maybe they're going to play this game like they're all mysteriously dying and they can't pinpoint who it is or something.
But it's going to climax and it's just going to be like, there's going to be one round of just...
Yeah, it's going to be like, 6 of them are dead right now. Yeah. And they're going to be like, well, you conjured them in all 6 rooms? And it's like, that's not the case. And then all of a sudden, Krollo and Hisoka are just going to break through a wall. Yeah. Just fighting. That'd be great. Just keep going. It's just breaking, and there's like, okay.
The fight breaks out like the next chapter, but then the whole thing keeps going because the ship's so fucking big. They're fighting throughout the whole ship.
Yeah.
But you could walk around the ship and never know. But periodically, it's just like,
like Peter Griffin and the chicken, like fight type thing. Yeah, they're just going everywhere.
wow, they're really fucking going at it.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I keep hoping. I mean, that's really like my main interest is like, what the fuck is gonna happen with Ahsoka and Krollo?
Yeah.
This is all great, loving this too, but like, I keep hoping secretly. I'm like, okay, the next page they're gonna turn back to Krollo.
Yeah. I'm curious about one thing. They said in this chapter, they said that when they got attacked by the Nen Beast, they only got attacked by 2 Nen Beasts, and one was the mouse, and that's not Prince Wobbles, like the little babies.
Was the other one all that shit in the air, or was that part of the mouse?
I don't
Remember all those like jellyfish things and shit?
So they said they got attacked by 2. Another one died in a different way. One of the other guards died in a different way, right? The first one, I forget how that happened.
Me too.
But they died in a different way, and then the other one attacked because it answered the mouse.
Yeah.
And like I'm curious, like, since obviously they said one of the 2 Nen Beasts that attacked them was the prince that just died.
Yep.
Right. Was it the mouse Nen Beast, or was it another one? Because we don't know if Prince Wobble's Nen Beast is the little mouse. Or wait, we saw the little mouse again with that little girl. With the girl, so the little mouse is gone.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I liked him.
Yeah. So whatever else Prince Wobble's Nen Beast is something else.
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah.
Goodbye, mouse. Rest in peace. We hardly knew ye.
Yeah.
He was interesting. I liked that. I liked the whole thing.
Are you busy?
Yeah. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to touch on?
No, that's it.
That's it. That's it for this week's Huntercast. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any thoughts on Hunter you want us to talk about, or you want to chime in on the conversation, we'd be happy to hear it. You can email us at meetpensandpixels@gmail.com. You can tweet me at @TheCalG. You can tweet Mike at MikeKentRaws, or comment on our Instagrams, whatever the fuck. On Twitter, we are twitter.com/PNP_Popcast. On Facebook, we are Facebook.com/PensandPixelsPopcast.
All of this stuff is down in the show notes. You can be sure to give us also a like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, or give us a follow on Facebook. Comment and subscribe to us on any of the platforms we use. All the support really helps, and of course, we love hearing back from you guys, and we do respond to you instantly as we possibly can. And we do want to have a conversation, so be sure to send us all the little tidbits you like or want to talk about. Other than that,
Gone!
Kilowa!
距離